Hello everyone, hope you all are happy and healthy. This is Gayatri. Welcome you all to BioSchool. In today's session, we will see Find It, Lose It and Move It experimentation in Drosophila. Please watch the video till the end to know why this experiment is used for and what type of questions are asked from this part. So let's know why Find It, Lose It and Move It experimentation used in Drosophila. The Find It, Lose It, Move It experimentation demonstrated that bicoid it was used as a head morphogen of Drosophila. And what is the morphogen? Morphogen is a substance that not only establishes the gradient but also it defines the cell fat in dose dependent manner. The bicoid protein was found in a gradient and highest in the anterior end that forms the head. Embryo lacking the bicoid, it could not form a head, but when the bicoid mRNA was injected into the bicoid deficient embryo in different places, the place where the bicoid mRNA was injected, that becomes the head of the embryo. And the area which is present around the bicoid that develops into thorax. Let's see the experimentation. So in the first experimentation, when the bicoid is injected into the anterior end of an anterior end mutant embryo, then it results in the formation of the normal embryo with anterior posterior polarity. Okay, here you can see is at to the anterior end of the bicoid mutant, then it develops the head at the anterior end and the region that is near the head that develop into the thorax, then followed by the abdomen and the anterior extremity it forms the acron and the posterior extremity develop into the telson. In the second experimentation, if the bicoid mRNA it is injected into the center of an bicoid deficient embryo, then what will it forms? Then in the middle region it will become the head with the region on either side of the head that will develop into the thorax structure. Okay, here the bicoid is injected into the center of the bicoid deficient embryo. So in the center position it forms the head and the region which is present adjacent to the head that develop into the thorax, then it will be followed by the abdomen and telson on both the side. As the bicoid is the morphogen gradient, so at the anterior end, that is the extreme anterior end, the ratio is very less. Instead of formation of the acron, it develops into the telson in the extreme anterior end as well as at the extreme posterior end. And in the third experiment, if the bicoid mRNA is injected into the posterior end of a wild type embryo, okay, this is the wild type of the embryo, but the bicoid mRNA it is injected into the posterior end. So what will it forms? We know that the bicoid mRNA it is for the head, it is the head morphogen, so it will develop the head in the posterior end, so that the embryo it will have two head, one is at the anterior end and one will at the posterior end. Let's see. So here the bicoid is injected into the posterior end of wild type of embryo, so it develops the head at the posterior end as well as at the anterior end. So the two heads are formed. Now we will see why it is called as the Find It, Lose It and Move It experimentation. Find it means if the normal bicoid mRNA is present at the anterior end, is here in diagram is the normal development in the wild type of the embryo, and bicoid mRNA concentration is or is the gradient is higher at the anterior end and it develops the anterior head and the posterior tail, and it is the wild type phenotype. Then lose it. Lose it means when the bicoid mRNA is deficient. Okay, so this one is the development of bicoid deficient mutant. Okay, this is the find it. Find it. Lose it means bicoid is deficient. So if the bicoid is deficient, then the embryo, it cannot form the head, and in that case what will happen, the bicoid deficient phenotype have only the two tails. The central region will be the abdomen, and the two extremes, that is the interior or the posterior extremes, they are developed into tailsons. Okay. Then find it, lose it and move it. This one is the move it. Move it means if you move or inject the bicoid mRNA to another place of the embryo, of the wild type embryo. Okay, so this see, this is the wild type of the embryo. Wild type embryo means if the bicoid gradient is higher in the anterior end, but you also inject the bicoid mRNA to the posterior end. So what will it forms? It will form the two head, anterior end, one head, and another head is found in the posterior end, and the region near the head, it will form the thorax. Okay, as in this case the bicoid protein concentration of the gradient is higher both in the anterior end as well as in the posterior end. So in the anterior extremities it develop into the acron as well as the posterior extremity. There will be no formation of the tailson. Okay, so this is all about the find it, lose it and move it experimentation in Drosophila, and this is very simple, and also the question are asked from this part. Okay, so let's see the another two experiment. Here in this experiment, at anterior end of the bicoid, whatever we see in our previous slide, that if you add it into the anterior end of the bicoid deficient embryo, then head will form at the anterior end. If you add the bicoid protein to the bicoid deficient embryo in the center region, then it will form the head at the center, followed by the tails. Okay, so now we will see the previous year CSIR UGC NET questions. The first question is cytoplasmic determinants coding for anterior structure of Drosophila embryo. Okay, if injected elsewhere in the recipient embryo would lead to the cytoplasmic determinant that is coding for the anterior structure of Drosophila. Okay, so that is the bicoid. If injected elsewhere in the embryo, then it will obviously develop the another head that is called the ectopic head. So the correct answer is option B, that leads to the formation of additional ectopic head. And this question, 3 embryos. Okay, there are 3 embryos. One is wild type, X is wild type, Y is mutant for bicoid, okay, and Z is mutant for nanos. So the bicoid, it forms the anterior end, and the nano, it forms the posterior end of the embryo. Okay, where injected with bicoid mRNA in their posterior pole at early cleavage stage, what would be the phenotype of the resulting embryos? So it says that there are the 3 embryos that are the X, Y and Z. X is the wild type, and the Y is the deficient of the bicoid deficient. Okay, B minus. Okay, I just present it like this. And Z1 is the nano deficient. And all were injected with the bicoid mRNA at their posterior pole. Okay, so all are injected with the bicoid, but where it is injected? It is injected at the posterior pole. So what will be its phenotype? Injected at the posterior pole. Okay. So if a wild type embryo, if the bicoid protein is placed or injected at the posterior end, then what type of phenotype will be formed? It will develop the 2 heads. One head it will be present at the anterior end, and another head it will be present at the posterior end. So this it will develop head both on the anterior and posterior side. Okay, X it will develop head both in the anterior and the posterior side of the embryo. So let's see the option. Embryo X will develop head on both anterior and posterior side. Okay, while embryo Y and Z will develop head on posterior side only. Okay, so let's see the option, the embryo Y. Let's see the embryo Y. As the embryo Y, it is the deficient of a bicoid mRNA, so it cannot form the head at the anterior end. But at the posterior end, as the bicoid protein is injected, so at the posterior end, it will develop the head. So Y, it will develop the head, but where it will be developed the head? In the Y embryo, it will be developed at the posterior end. Okay, but X, the head is present both in the anterior end as well as the anterior as well as in the posterior end. And the Z embryo, it lacks the nanoprotein, but it has the bicoid protein, so it will develop the head at the anterior end, and we are injecting the bicoid protein at the posterior end also. So the embryo Z, it will develop the head both at the anterior end as well as at the posterior end, similar to that of the X embryo. So that it will develop the head both at the anterior end as well as at the posterior end. So now we'll see the option. So option S is that embryo X will develop head on both anterior and posterior side, while embryo Y and Z will develop head on posterior side. No, this is wrong. Embryo X and Z develop head on both anterior and posterior side. Yes, X and the Z, they develop the head both on the anterior as well as on the posterior side, while embryo Y will develop head on the posterior side only. So the correct answer is option B. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you find this video is beneficial, then please like, share and don't forget to subscribe.